guys, Jess here, and today I am making the album cover for my December daily photo album. So I am using the paper called Oh Joy from Pink Fresh Collection to cover the front of my Kaisercraft album. This is a 6x8 album. So as you can see, I've just covered it with PVA glue, and I used a lot of PVA glue because I really wanted it to be secure and not rip or tear or peel up or anything like that. So just messily applying all of that on there. And messily is a word, I just invented it. And I basically just covered this the same way as you would maybe if you were contacting a normal book or covering a normal book. So once I have it perfectly lined up with the black material edging, I just fold over the sides, and I use double-sided tape, and I spread the double-sided tape all the way along because, as I said, I really want it to be as secure as possible. And I do that on both the top and the bottom first, and then once I do that, I nip some edges at the corners for the last side. So it was really simple. I wasn't really sure how easy or how difficult it would be, but it was super easy. It was I didn't watch any tutorials, I just sort of made it up as I went along, and yeah, it was super duper easy. So you can see there I'm cutting out a square where the paper would overlap, and I've done that so that it's not too bulky and that it folds beautifully at the corners. Then I also cut almost like a little triangle or a little wedge so that when you fold this next one down, it actually, the next piece of paper is actually smaller, if that makes sense, at the corners than the other two pieces of paper, just so there's no bit sticking out and it's really nice and smooth and perfect. So there you can see it's all stuck on, and then I just got some normal washi tape. Now I know that that's not super strong or super secure, but I just thought it might need a little bit of something extra on the inside just to hold it down. So I just used the washi tape to go over the edges that I've folded on, just so they can't flick up or get caught. And I've got a little bit of paper that is that sort of, I don't know, cardstock, brown cardboardy colour. If I find it's not holding, I will cut that to size and glue it on. But at the moment, and obviously I'm not using the album yet because I'm only just doing the cover, it seems really secure, so I'm really happy with that lasting and how long that will be. So yeah, that's my little tip for what I did there for the inside. So there we go. The front of the album is all covered and ready to go, and I decided to the join line where the paper meets the material, I really wanted to use a little bit of that nice sparkly different coloured washi, which I actually got last Christmas or maybe even the Christmas before from Spotlight. It was on sale for 50 cents, so it's awesome. It's called Jolly and Joy, and it is glitter adhesive ribbon. And its full price is $3, but I got it on sale for 50 cents, so my bargain from the Christmas. Now those spots are, those dots have already been, circles have already been cut out. Oops, sorry. They're just in my stash, and I decided I wanted some gold ones. So they're not super duper duper gold, they're kind of a matte gold, but I really liked them, and I wanted to use those down the spine as well. Now this paper that I'm using has already got some green splatters sort of printed onto the paper, and that made me think it would be really lovely to splat a few more different colours. So I am using the Kaisercraft water-based acrylic paint, and I'm just watering that down with a bit of water, obviously, watering it down. I'm really mixing it in to make sure there's no blobby bits of paint left. It's a really fine, watery nothing of red that I can flick really easily. So I just sort of flick that over my page any which way, a bit messy, a bit crazy. I was really happy with how that looked. And then I wanted to do green as well because the printed on green is cool. That's what gave me the idea, but I wanted it to look even, equal. So I originally start trying to flick in the same places that the green is printed on in, and then I just flick wherever I feel like it, because that's just silly. So yeah, this is just, as I said, the Kaiser Craft acrylic paint tubes that you could see there. You can see what they're called. Kaiser Color, Crafters Acrylic, water-based, non-toxic. And I just used one called Red, surprise, surprise, and Grass Green. And then just flick that on. And I just used some old packaging to prepare that on, and then I could just throw the whole thing away. Now I've got my Heidi Shine in gold. I just flick that on as well, just to add a little bit of sparkle, because I always gotta like sparkles. And I left that to dry, so I left that, had other things to do, other jobs to get ready and look after the baby. So now it's dry and I'm back, and I am putting on the washi. I decided which of the sparkly tapes I wanted to use, and I went with the gold one. I decided that this layout had started to take a bit of a gold turn, so it needed to use the gold washi. I don't know if you call it washi, adhesive tape. It was really hard to get off the plastic, the backing that seals the tape on. So this is what I'm doing now, while you can't see me. I'm flicking at the corner, trying to get it up. And oh, there we go. Okay, so gluing that on, or sticking that on, I wanted it to be pretty precise, kind of fairly evenly right down the center. But then I messed up anyway, because I didn't leave enough excess at the top. It only just goes over the front, over the top, which I'm a bit disappointed in myself about. It'll be fine, but it's more likely to be able to rip up a little bit. So I just got a bit more washi just to hold that down, just to be safe. It's really this top end I'm doing there, because you can see I've only got like 2 millimeters over the edge. Silly me. So there we go. Looking really good already. I would leave it like this. I think it looks awesome, but I'm not. I'm going to keep going, put on some embellishments. So I had to play with this Cheer and Joy, because I just thought that was super cute, but it was just a bit too busy. There was already too much going on with the layout that I didn't need that as well. So those Cheer and Joy and that embellishment you can see on the page, that's also a Kaiser Craft collection, and it was from last year's Christmas, I do believe. I bought it on sale at the Kaiser Craft store. Trying to see if I can find the packet and tell you what it's called, so excuse me if you can hear me banging and crashing around in the background. So as you can see, I've laid everything down about how I think I would like it to go. I never quite get everything exactly right, of course. When you start gluing it down, it moves and things change. So I'm using here the Kaiser Craft collection, and I'm also using the cut apart sheet that was included in the Documenting December Kidaholics kit. So the collectibles from Kaiser Craft were called Jolly Holly. No, Holly Jolly, sorry. Holly Jolly. So just planning all that out, how I want that to look, where I want everything to go. Not really much to tell you. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm just fiddling around with the layout, and you can see I sort of fuff about a little bit with this, trying to work out what to do. I was going to use some tiny word stickers, but realised they don't really go well with the way the layout is looking. I really wanted to use those squares that you saw me playing with before, but knew they needed to be a circle. A square didn't work, so I just got out my die machine, my die cutter, and I was able to, it fitted perfectly. There was enough space around the edging of the words and things, so I cut that into a circle, which was perfect, and that just fitted the layout way better, which I was really happy about. So once I sort of have these laid down and I'm fairly happy with how they look, I take all of the embellishments off, not the gold dots, the embellishments, and glue the gold dots down first. Now I'm about to speed this right up, because I don't think you need to watch me gluing it on. So of course I put the gold dots on and then realised I haven't laid things out exactly how they were before and I can't fit it back on. So a little bit of tweaking and some things get left out, which is a little bit of a shame because I really liked that red rectangle that had words on it. But anyway, what can you do? And I was able to introduce a few new things because I had different space. Silly, silly. So off we go. Gluing all this down. I've just done this super quickly so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just using double-sided tape. Now if you watch my other videos, I'm usually pretty stoogey with my double-sided tape because I figure inside the plastic pocket it's going to stay fairly well. Well, in this case, I'm really not stoogey. I cover as much of it as I possibly can because I really don't want it peeling up or coming off. Because it is the outside, it might get a bit of banging and crashing, or I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't want it, to flick off or peel off. So I really covered it in a lot of tape if I could. So now I'm sticking on some gold sequins, some gold sort of round, I don't know what you call these, they're not enamel, but enamel dots. They also came in my Documenting December kit from Kitaholic Kits, and I had one tiny little wood veneer star which I loved. I think my sister might have some more of those, so I might steal some of her to add to the layout later. I might not. And I also stuck on a random gold jewel that was on a necklace that I didn't need, and I thought, well, that was perfect. It laid out well and it helped fill that really big circle that was just looking a little bit random out on its own. These gold stickers I'm sticking on now are Fitzgerald stickers. I think that's what they're called. American Craft Fitzgerald 183. I don't know if people specifically want to know exactly what I'm using, but there you are. I'm telling you anyway. I'm currently sitting in my craft room doing this, so all the banging and crashing is me trying to find all the different bits and pieces I used. So there we have it. I was really happy with the way this turned out, and I'm just showing you a few close-ups. I included these because the video, I included this video because the photos I took aren't as clear as what the video is, so there are some photos as well. I hope you really love my album cover. Please leave a comment. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more videos. We've got some really exciting things coming up in December. Pretty much a daily video, so stay tuned. We'd love to see you. Bye.